Nasir, can you take us through the injury that you suffered at the end of fall camp last year? What happened and how long did the rehab process take and things like that?
I tore my ACL the first week in fall camp last year, and right now I had surgery in September 1st, and now I'm like 9 months out.
What was it? Was there a play that it happened on, or was it non-contact? What happened on the play?
It was non-contact. I was just looking for the ball, and I tried to cut, and my knee gave out.
Did you know right away it was serious? What kind of went through your head?
Yeah, I felt like it was serious right away. I could tell just by the way it felt that it was something wrong.
And Coach Fuente said a couple of plays before that he had kind of patted you on the back and said, you're going to do big things this season. Was it hard to kind of sit out last year, knowing you were going to probably have a role, and what was that like?
Yeah, it was hard to know I was going to have to sit out. But I talked to a lot of guys that had the same injury, like Caleb and Farley and everybody, and they just gave me great advice and just keep my head down and keep working.
When did you feel kind of 100%? When did you feel back?
I felt 100% about halfway through the summer workouts, just running around in the summer workout program. I felt like I was pretty good then.
Were you out for spring then too?
Yes.
Nasir, were you surprised to get the start in the opener, or surprised at the split of snaps? I think you were out there for pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, it threw me off at first. I was a little surprised, but I was excited. I felt like I was prepared.
When we've talked to Coach Fuente about you, he says you can play all the safety spots and have worked at all of them. What's sort of been that split with you in the preseason? Where have you been working the most, and is there a spot you feel most comfortable at?
I feel comfortable at every spot, and there's not one spot that is my main spot, obviously. I've been at nickel, free safety, boundary safety, so I'm comfortable playing anywhere I can help the team.
Nasir, one of the guys that was hurt last season with you was Jermaine Waller. What was that bond kind of like, missing time, but, sharing off-the-field experiences together with him?
We worked out a lot together, just doing the recovery process. It was a great time. We got to talk and just do extra work together, so it was nice.
What's it been like playing for Coach Smith back there, or Coach Hamilton?
Coach Ham is pretty good. Because he's been here, he's been in his program, so he knows a lot about the safety position. He helps us out a lot, gives us pointers.
All right, one more, Mike.
Was the opener emotional at all? Your first career start, coming off the injury. What was it like? I mean, did you feel any different than you had? It had been a while since you got played. I mean, what was that like?
It's been a while. I tried to not be too emotional. I tried to just focus on the game and just the task that we had, and that's what it was.
First appearance in the room, Kaden Moore. Questions for Kaden?
Yeah, Kaden, just as a freshman, obviously coming in here, you played a lot of snaps on Friday. What's fall camp been like, and how was your first start on Friday?
Fall camp's been good. Like having Brock with me, really mentoring me. It's been really, really cool to be with him. But I mean, I feel like I took a huge step from last year, like knowing the playbook and everything, and just like I feel like just felt good for the game. So.
Yeah. What was it like playing in front of so many fans in Lane Stadium?
I can't even describe it. Like, you just got to lock in because it's so loud. So you got to just lock in. You got to hear the snap. You got to hear everything. It's just so loud. That's the one thing I took from it, just being loud.
Yeah. What were your biggest takeaways from the game per se?
Biggest takeaways. Pretty much just what I said. Just got to lock in. Like, you got to use all your technique. Because it's like that's the real deal. It's not practice anymore. Those are like grown men. So you got to use your technique. You got to use what you've been taught. So that's my biggest takeaway.
Coach Fuente talked about just how much emotion was poured into that first game. Because obviously you have a lot of time to prep for your first opponent, but you turned that off, and then you got 6 days to prep for a team that you've never faced before.
Yeah.
Tell me the challenge in that and how you guys are kind of working through that thus far.
Well, pretty much. Well, again, we don't know these guys, so we don't really have like that, like drive to like really, like kill them. But like, we still got to prepare, like 1-0. So we got to go in, got to execute. We got to do what we got to do.
And then too is you're starting your non-conference slate. Obviously, you don't want to drop the ball on that end as well. Do you kind of find some sort of motivation in that part of it in Philly?
Yeah, definitely. For me personally, I just want to like keep hammering at that right guard spot, keep improving like what I did last week, just keep improving, and just grade better, honestly.
If you don't mind, just talk a little bit about how you got your guys' brotherhood have been able to kind of pay off on the field. I mean, I know you guys are pretty close, so how has that been able to kind of work towards your advantage?
Yeah, our line's really, really, real tight. It started beginning of the season. We brought our guys together. We're starting to eat together. We're starting to do everything together, and it's been great to see like everyone just be together in one. And even on the field, you could see it like talking more, knowing each other, like what their tendencies. So it's been great to like have brothers with you.
What we've seen has kind of been like the team seems to be more gelled together this year. And,
Definitely.
More on the same page. I mean, is that kind of the reason why? I mean, is that one of the main reasons, or is it just the fact that you guys are just able to just have the season?
I feel like it's just the fact that we've been like not me, but like they've been playing together like a long time, and just me coming in there, like I see that they've just been with each other for a long time, like they know each other, so it was easy to gel with that group. It's just easy, yeah.
Kaden, you talk about Coach Weiss and how much he's been able to instruct you on different things and your guys' relationship off the field.
I love Coach Weiss. He's definitely a great coach. He's definitely like I say when I was getting recruited, some coaches I say like they'll be one way and then they'll change up right when you get here. He didn't do that. Like he's been the same coach. Yeah, I love Coach Weiss. He tells you how it is, and yeah, that's one of my favorite coaches.
You mentioned Brock earlier. What's it been like playing with some of those older guys? There's a lot of them in the locker room, from Brock and Silas, and both Tyrell and Lacidus. What's it been like learning from those guys?
It's definitely been important for me to be with the older guys because they have so much experience. Definitely Brock, he took me under his wing as early as like when I first got here, and he's been telling me like, you need to get in this, you need to get in the playbook because I know you can be. So I just been like with him, like studying the playbook, studying the film, like just me and him, and he's been really a great role model for me.
All right, let's go out on Zoom to David Teal.
Kaden having redshirted last year and there's being no fans, how much were you looking forward to Friday night and having that full lane experience, and did it match your expectations?
Oh, definitely. That was my first game like ever after Virginia Tech, like with a full like crowd. So I was definitely excited, definitely nervous, definitely ready. But it definitely outdid my expectations. Like with even like when we won, like it was just I never seen anything like it. The students rushing the field, like I couldn't even find any of the teammates after because it was just so many students, so much like happiness and joyfulness. It was amazing. It was breathtaking.
Were there times during the game where even your offensive line had trouble hearing the signals because the crowd was so loud?
Yeah, in the beginning, we weren't getting the signal, and pretty much Brock just said, once I say the front, you got to tell Silas because he can't hear. So we had to relay it. It was so loud.
And as you went back and reviewed tape with Coach Weiss, how would you assess how you played in your first college game?
I feel like I did pretty good. There's still things I need to work on, but for my first game, I thought I did pretty solid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Just talk a little bit about that shirt. I mean, I feel like that's a shirt you got to earn, right?
Yeah, it was given to all the old linemen on the team. So.
All right. Thanks, Kaden.
Thank you.
We'll have Norell Pollard in here next.
Norell, you guys last season didn't have a lot of depth on the entire defense. You guys had 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss. Friday night, you guys come out there, 9 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. How gratifying was it to just be able to get so much pressure on Friday?
It was great. It was a great feeling just because that's something we talk about every day in the defensive line room. That's something Coach Tilling preaches, just that D-line can really win the game for us. Like, every game we should win the game. And I feel like that's the mindset we went out there on, that D-line can win the game, and that's what happened.
When Amari and Taiwan do what Amari and Taiwan did on Friday, how much does it open up stuff for you guys on the inside?
It opens up a lot because you just can't worry about one person, 2 people. Like, you got to worry about the whole defensive line. So it messes with opposite teams, O-linemen, and just you got to pick your poison basically.
How, you've been here a couple years now, but you didn't get any fans in the stands last season. How much did that crowd impact you guys on defense last night, and how exciting was it to play in front of a full-lane stadium again?
It was very exciting. It was an out-of-body experience. The fans help you a lot. They help you so much. We got a couple false starts because of the fans being so loud in the stadium. And it just boosts the momentum, gives us momentum. I love Hokie Nation. It helps.
You got a new opponent come Saturday, but perhaps their signal caller, somebody that you guys have seen in Bailey Hoffman. Speaking of pressure, you guys pressured him a lot last year when he was here. Any thoughts on how you perhaps want to try and have a repeat performance, especially against him come Saturday?
Just by going out and practicing hard. It first starts in practice, and I feel like we took a step today in practice. Tuesday practice always Coach Price calls it Bloody Tuesday because you got to have it, and I feel like we took a step today in practice going towards Saturday.
Coach mentioned that these guys they have a lot of speed, and they showed it in their opener. They're pretty quick. Any thoughts on going up against a team that offers a lot of speed on the edges, and perhaps they're trying to get you guys there on the inside?
Not really. I feel pretty good about the game plan going. I feel good about our defense. I feel like the guys around me, I trust them to get their job done. I feel like they're going to do their job.
Speaking about trust, talk a little bit about this brother that you guys cultivated and how that's actually played off on the field, especially last Friday. It still seems to be paying off into the week.
Oh, yeah. It's just we know what we want to do. We know it's like last season we had a season that we wanted, and we just know it's a different mindset this year. We just know what we want to do. We know what we want to get done. So I feel like everybody's buying into that, and everybody's playing their role, and we just getting the job done.
Let's go out on Zoom to David Teal.
Norell, with you and Josh and Jordan and Mario, we're all rotating. Were all you guys able to stay fresh on Friday night? And does that help you, especially early in a season when it's hot and maybe guys' conditioning isn't at peak form?
Yes, that's a key thing. We have depth at the D tackle position. I feel like this is the first year we really have like depth, like where everybody we can run me and Mario out there. We run Fuga and Jordan out there. There's no drop off there. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have to account for everybody on the D line, everybody just at that position, and that's the great thing about having 4 D tackles that can play, because you have to account for that, and it just keeps everybody fresh. It keeps everybody rolling and upbeat.
Now, if I recall correctly, you tipped the pass that Hollifield intercepted. Was that just a play where you're naturally putting your arms up, or did you notice something? How did that play unfold in your eyes?
It was a pass. I had seen a pass. They had slid away from me, but I was at the nose. I was in the one. So the center slid away. I just gave him an outside, came back in. And he was kind of holding me. I wanted to sack, but he was kind of holding me, and he threw the ball. So I just got my hands up, and it just happened. I seen it floating in the air. I was waiting for it to come down. As soon as Dax caught it, I ran to the sideline.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Lance, you have anything? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. All right. Thanks for bearing with us today. We'll get in the flow here next week, hopefully, and get the guys a little bit closer together. Thank you, everybody.